Hello and welcome to today's graphic designing with Canva. My name is Bernard and I'll be taking you through today's training. So today we'll be designing something simple like this. Just a simple flyer for online car rentals, and we are making it to look like the cars are coming from the phone because it's an online car rental, so making it look like it's coming from the phone. And then this is just some QR code we just inserted, or I just inserted, and then contact and location. So let's get right into it. Okay, so now when we come to Canva, for some time now I've been using this 48 by 48 inches, and again, like I keep explaining, it is good for WhatsApp profile picture. It's very good for WhatsApp profile picture because it doesn't cut anything off. So I like using it purposely for maybe putting it on WhatsApp profile picture. So let's get right in. So now on default, it's always on pixels. So you just have to make sure it's in on inches, or it's in inches. Then you just insert your 48 by 48. But I already have it in my recent. So normally I just click it in my recent, then it opens for me. So now let's come to this empty workspace. So let's insert this background. I have this colorful background. So we come to images, and then we look for, we come to elements, and then we look for paint splash, and then we go to graphics, and then we see all of the graphics. So let me insert this very one. It says mint green watercolor paint background splash texture. That's a lot of name. So, and then also maybe play. I just want to play around with the colors. Let me set this also. So let me push this to the side and bring this also down, and then let me just add one last one, just to make it blend it out a little. So let me try this. I think it's okay. So let me reduce the transparency a bit. Now this is my background, so I would group them so that I can be working on them as one element. So I think I'm okay. Now I would want to go to background, element still, and then insert this particular element. I like using it because it's very flexible. Even at a point in time, I can even create a circle with it, or stretch it to any size, or any shape I want it. That is, whether square or rectangle. So I like using it because it gives me the freedom to resize it to anything I want. So now I position it to the center, and then I insert my text. It just inserts this text box, and then make sure the text box is also well aligned. And then it says here, online executive car rental. Okay, so online executive cars. The first one is online executive cars. Now before I write, let me change this color to blue. For some reason I also like blue. I think blue is one of my favorite colors. So let me change it to blue, and then write online. So I'll write the online sorry, a minute. Okay, now I have it. So online executive cars, or let me just say car, online executive car, and then bolding it and change the font color to white, because you have to know the colors, what blends, or if you use it as a text color, or you have to know the text color that blends well on a particular background. And by trying and then making mistakes, I've realized that I've learned that white most of the times works very well on a blue background. So anytime I'm using a blue background, I like using white as my text color. So it blends very well and then it pops. It makes it more readable. So let me just increase the font size, and I think let me maintain it at 220 and then position it in the middle. But I think let me just reduce the size of the background. I'll maintain this, duplicate, and then write rentals. Oh, rentals. And then also make sure that I want the S here to be the same line as the R, and then the R here to be on the same line as this. So I would want to try 500, and yes, I think 500 is close enough. So let me just change it to 550, and it's still not that close. So okay, I think this is okay. So I'll position it and then change its color. Okay, let me try a trick and then see if it works. So I duplicate it and then change the color of the duplicate to blue, and then shift it to the side to create some kind of a 3D effect, an effect, and it makes it more readable and nice. So you see it's creating some kind of a 3D effect, as if a light is thrown on it from the left side, as if a light is thrown on it from the left side. So the white right up at the back, and then the blue in front. So that's how sometimes I create that effect. So I think I'm okay. Now I insert my fonts. So I still come to element and then search for font frame. So when I search for my font frame, I go to graphics and see all of the graphics, and you can actually select any of the fonts here. I would want to try this. Let me try this. I've not used this before, so let me try this. And maybe I don't like the black color. Okay, let me go back. I think it will not, this particular style will not work because I chose this. So okay, so this is what I can do. I'll keep this and just make it black, because it was the same one I used, and just duplicated it. But I would also want to try something out, so let me try and then position them. Okay, so now I think they are positioned. So now we are moving on. Okay, so in previous tutorials I've shown how to get an image without a background on Google. So we just go to Google and then you search for your image, and then you put a PNG, so the name and then the PNG. Now when you are choosing, and also let me close this, and also when your image loads and you download it right from here, this is just a thumbnail, so you're just downloading a thumbnail, you're not downloading the actual size. Now I'm searching for a PNG, and then this is how it's supposed to look like, but this is not a PNG image, because when I click, and so I just don't want to touch it, because I know from picking some of the images, I know sometimes it is not a PNG or it is not a transparent image. So I look for the ones that are already having a white background, click on it. If I click and then the image is finished loaded and then the white background doesn't disappear, then meaning it's not a PNG, and you see this white background didn't disappear. So I come now and I click this, and then the white, almost immediately when you finish loading, the white background disappears, and then gives me this pattern. Then it shows me it is actually a PNG image so I can download. And now I like to copy image, I don't like to download, so I just copy it and then bring it. But I already have it in my uploads, or I already have it yeah, I already have it there, so I wouldn't want to download it again. So then we would insert it, and then we create, the glass breaking effect, or the glass breaking, uh, yes, sort of to look like the car is actually coming from the phone, because that's the whole concept. It is actually an online car rental. So the minute you order it on your phone, you get it. So that's the whole concept, just to make it look like it is actually coming out of the phone. So just a minute, my my images my images are loading very slow for some reason. Sorry about that. Mm, so sorry. Okay, so now I have them, and a PNG image, or an image without a background, you would see it. You only see just the image. You don't see with the white background. So if you insert an image that is not supposed to have a background, and then it's having this white, then it is not a PNG, or it is not without a background. Now I'll do a tutorial on how to remove backgrounds with other software, that is Photoshop and some other softwares, how to remove the background and then bring it in. At the same time also, I'll do a tutorial also with Canva, how to remove the background with Canva. But for the purposes of this, and this is actually for free users, this you can just work your way around. So now uh, let's insert this particular image, and then this image, and then let's wait for it to load. Now I said something sometime like that sometimes when you are inserting the image, it takes time, so you don't have to click, you don't have to be clicking it multiple times, because as many times as you click, it would appear those many times. So let me crop it out, because there's some information here I didn't want, and then flip it, and then it flips to the other side, and then position my cars. So okay, yes, I think I like something like this, and also position this, and I think I like something like this. So now you realize that it's it is outside the phone, it doesn't look like it's inside the phone. So I just click on that image and then cut it out, and then cut it right at the edge, or cut it off right at the edge of the phone, or into the screen size. Okay, so now you see it is right at the edge inside the phone, so it looks like it is actually coming out of the phone. And do the same with this, right on the inside, and it looks like it is coming out of the phone. Now let's create the glass effect. So this I also downloaded on from Google. So I searched for a broken glass PNG, and the same way we searched for this cars without a background, that's the same way I searched for it. So if you're paying attention, you could actually search for this the same way we search for the car. So I just inserted this, or I just imported this. I could actually get this from Canva, but it's also for sale, or it is for pro users, and for the purpose of, again, for the purpose of this training, that is for free users. So I click to insert, and then now I position it. Let me cut this SS off, and then position it this here, and then cut this, and also make sure it is on the edge. I duplicate it and then bring it down just a little bit, and maybe rotate it. And you see, you have to be playing around. You have to be playing around with it. Sometimes you have to play around a lot to see what works and what don't work. There are lots of times you have to do try and error, and then, you know, yeah, some works, some will not work. So you just have to be trying a lot of things. So this is how I created this effect. And then also flip, sorry, and also flip this, but this shouldn't be on the car. I think I made a mistake here. I was supposed to cut this off. Now I'm creating this, but this is not supposed to be on the car. So I take it to the back, and then it's at the back of the car. I duplicate it and then bring it here, and then take that one also to the back, and then cut this off just a little bit. Repeat the same procedure for this. So let me try something else. Okay, yes, I think this is better. And then cut it off from the top to fit right into the frame. Position it well. Cut this off just a little bit, and now crop this off and duplicate it. Open it up, bring it, cut this off, and take this to the back of the car. Duplicate this. This is how I created my effect. And you know, you just have to relax for it. You just have to have time, and then, you know, create it. And you know, at the end it looks very good. And cut this off, and then this far out, and bring this back, and then we zoom out, and it looks like it is actually coming out of the phone. So that's how I created this effect. So now we just insert this information. So let me just, so now for this QR code, I just inserted from Canva. It's I've actually not checked where it goes, but now I inserted a QR code for, you know, for the various phone stores. So let's say for Play Store, that's for Google, and then for Apple, that's iOS. So you just have to scan it, and then it takes you, since it's an online, you have to download an app. So you scan it, and then it takes you to where you can download the app. So I paste this here and just go faster for the sake of time. So available on, let me cut this and actually place them here. What did I do? Okay, and then let me just delete this. And then space this just a little bit so that it looks like this one is for Play Store and then the other one is for iOS. And then just insert my contact, information. It should drop in by now. Yes, it has. And then make sure it is aligned. And yeah, So how I created this is actually a text box, and then I just searched for squares. I think I searched for squares. So yeah, here is it. This the suggestions are here, and then I went to graphics, and then scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and scrolled until I had this kind of square. No, the one by no this kind of square. So sometimes you just have to search and search and search. But basically that's how I got it. It's here somewhere, but you just have to keep scrolling until you get it. And you may not have to use the same thing, you just have to use something that you think works for you. And I intentionally group them because I want to work with them as one element. And then also, let me just insert my location and make sure the location is well centered. It's also make sure it's also aligned and then centered. And yes, we just created a simple flyer with some 3D effects and some glass breaking effect that is looking like it is coming out of the phone. And that's very simple, and you can play around, what works for you. You can use a different phone, maybe you want to change the phone color and all that. So this is basically how it works, or how I did my effect. So like again, I said sometimes designing is actually optical illusion. How you arrange your stuff, how you present your design, or how you'd want people to interpret your design. You just have to be creative with it, and try a lot of things. You just have to try a lot of things, and then see the ones that works and then the one doesn't work, and hopefully you learn from that, and then you'll be using it in your designs. So this is a very simple design we just did, and it looks okay, it looks good, and it gets the whole concept. If it's the whole concept of the online rentals. So thank you again for joining me, and my name is Topen, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment on my videos, on my tutorials, and hope to see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.